What's happened to conservatism? I mean, what happened to all the arguments that George Will and other conservatives have made over all these years? I mean, how did it get shoved aside, in your view, and taken over, that space taken over by Donald Trump and what most Republicans say they support?
Well, we've known for a long time that the American people in many ways are ideologically conservative but operationally liberal. They talk like Jeffersonians, that government is best, that governs least, but they act like Hamiltonians and want to be governed by Hamiltonians. So there's an element of this cognitive dissonance in all of our politics. But I don't want to let progressives off the hook here. You're right, conservatives have done much to disgrace themselves. But it is progressivism that discredited the separation of powers. It is progressivism that celebrated executive leadership, that celebrated charismatic executive leadership. I'll give you one small sample here. When Franklin Roosevelt, who of course came to Washington first to be Assistant Secretary of the Navy under Woodrow Wilson, when Franklin Roosevelt began his first fireside chat to the country over radio, which was as exciting to the country in its day as the internet is in ours, he began his remarks with two words that do not appear on the transcript in the library at Hyde Park. He began his speech, his address, he said, "My friends." Now today that seems normal. We've had presidents who feel our pain. We've had presidents who are in our living room all the time. But it was a novel moment for Americans to think presidents ought to be their friends. I don't want the president to be my friends. I want him to take care that the laws be faithfully executed. I want him to be the head of one of the three branches of one of our many governments. This idea that we ought to have a charismatic president who is the moral auditor of the country, who speaks whenever a rock star dies to express our national grief. It's, quite seriously, it is not healthy to have a political figure this central to our consciousness.